Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hello.
We are just so fabulous.
What's going on?
Hello.
We
are
just
all
so
British
fabulous.
now. We are all British now.
Bloody hell, my eye is
British now.
killing me. My eye is
Holy crap, it's
killing
echoing.
me.
Why is it
My eye
echoing?
is
Holy crap, it's
killing
echoing.
me.
Why is it
It's not me.
echoing? Holy
I
crap,
honestly,
it's
I don't hear no
It's
echo.
not me.
Oh, it opened
Oh.
the other thing. That was crazy. That was insane. I had another browser open and the stream was up because I had to share it out that way.
Ah,
I was like,
there you go.
I was like,
That's the echo.
I was like, it was getting to a point where my brain was about to be overloaded. Gonna explode. But welcome to the King of Anime podcast, the only podcast that has selected Satsuki the Savage and everything animated to be the vice presidents of VC Tactics for the America in the presidency of the United States and the new overlord.
It's a lot of these.
I'm gonna resign.
It's kind of too much work for me. I would rather.
See, the great thing is I can just tell them to do anything, and I basically can send them to prison. So I'm the president.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
Sure. I mean, they look at you the wrong way, put them in the dungeon, give them the guillotine. They gotta learn, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, welcome to the new dictatorship of the KOA. Glorious.
Who applauded?
You know it's funny, every time you do an emoji it plays it on your screen.
Oh, I know. I can't hide.
But if somebody else were to, I don't know, never be able to figure that out.
Yeah, they won't know who it is.
They can guess.
What do you mean? Anyways, Sir Cringe says, "Holy shit, the hype is so real. Ben has fake J's. Starfire sounding ah."
Sounding nah.
The Crepstorm says, "What up?"
Hey, Decrepit.
Yo.
Danatas Media is taken over by an AI. Says, "Hey guys, what's up, John? Just wanted to stop by and say hi. I'm not going to be here for very long because I'm right in the middle of Marineford in One Piece. So,
I guess your name's John now.
who's John?"
Where's John? Where's Rachel?
It says, "I have no idea why my autocorrect put John in that sentence." I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. I think we should have like lore in KOA now that like alludes to this secret John on KOA that we're like keeping secret, like a conspiracy theory or something.
No, like the fourth member of KOA, but he didn't make the cut exactly. And only like the first person who watched KOA knows about him.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know, and he could be like, we can make like a horror film where we have John as like the ugly, disgusting monster.
The ugly bastard?
Yeah, and he's just like, I don't know, he just like dissolves people.
I'm so ugly.
It'd be great. That'd be pretty good. Sir Cringe says Invisible John.
And then he says John Homelander. Like that episode 4 where they kept calling him John. And he's like, Homelander. Call me Homelander.
We could also have a sequence where John is in a plane and chooses to kill everyone on it, save himself. We can do that.
Nah. No. It's not.
What do you mean no? Oh my god, the chat decided to work this week and it's all fucked up. So I recently added in...
It looks good. It looks good. What are you talking about?
It's like going out into everything. Last week it didn't work. It was just last week I added it. It just didn't do anything. But now it's finally working. It's working in the worst possible way. I hate this.
It's great.
Anyways, if you haven't already, leave a like on the podcast, share out with your friends. Also, as well, we have a Patreon where you can subscribe and get a bunch of cool, neat content.
Yeah.
For $1. $1 hair. As well, we have a Twitter at King of Anime Pod, P-O-D, Christian rock band. We're a big fan.
I feel so alive for the very first time.
And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. We would greatly appreciate that. We were looking to get to 6 trillion subscribers by the end of the year, and we think that's a very obtainable goal.
We would absolutely love that. We would also love to make this, I don't know, a job.
It would be pleasant.
That would be cool to do this all the time. Travel the country, see our fans in person, and talk about why we like or why we don't like certain anime.
Sleep in their beds.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sleep with them.
I mean, you do you.
Sleep on top of them.
I'm spoken. I'm spoken for.
just really inconvenience everyone's day. I mean, that's really what we're out to do at the end of the day.
You pay our bills. You pick up the check when we go out to eat.
Well, I guess we should go ahead and get into the news.
We got some that'll never give you the blues. Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
Can you say that line one more time for me, yeah?
Sure. We got something to never give you the blues. Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
Well, unfortunately, that's a lie. The first bit of news that we have is that Rent a Girlfriend is having another season, season 4.
Why you gotta do that?
Dread it, run from it. It will come all the same. Rent a Girlfriend not only will get a season 4, but a video game as well.
A video game?
A video game.
Oh my god.
Man, I don't know what to take no more, man.
Okay, what's the DS right?
Seriously, get out of my head. But this only means one thing and one thing only. If there's a season 4, that means on my channel we got to discuss it. See?
Do we actually? Do we really? Do we
I mean,
need to give Rent a
let's do it
Girlfriend?
We got to do it in the same format we did before. The 3-episode rule.
What new ground are we going to cover?
Probably nothing.
Exactly.
To be honest, but it'll be fun and entertaining. Our suffering is everybody's success, especially yours.
What do you mean mine?
Because it seems like it affects you the most.
Yeah, I hope.
You hope?
Listen. Listen.
I'm listening.
This news hurts me in a way.
Why?
What are they going to do in the video game? What the hell is the video game about?
I mean, you're probably going to get more progression in the video game than you are in the manga or anime.
Wait,
Right.
is this a gacha game, a mobile game, or is this like a console game?
It's supposed to be for PS4 and Switch. I don't know what exactly they're going to do in the game.
I already know.
It's going to be like some dating sim type of like visual novel thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a dating sim. 100% it's going to be a dating sim.
Nah, it's going to be a first-person shooter.
And I agree with you, Sasuke, where you say that there's going to be more progression in it because everyone's going to have their own route and they're actually going to be dating at the end of this fucking game before the manga even reaches the end. You can play the video game and you'll get more progression that way for sure.
Yep. But I mean, everybody should be excited for the anime. You'll get everybody in swimsuits, so you'll get to see Mami Nanami in an American bikini, like everybody's been waiting for.
Yeah. Let's turn around and look at all the fans of Mami. Yeah. There they all are. Just one person.
Wait, why are you pointing to yourself, Satsuki?
Well, we've known he's been a mommy fan.
Yeah.
We've known this.
I like Mommy Nanami.
All right, everyone, donate to KOA. We need to get a fund for Satsuki's mental health to fix it.
Well, it's because I don't engage with the media, I don't need that. But I mean, why not like her? She's a piece of shit. She tries to tear everything apart. Might as well have a character like that.
She looks at her ex-boyfriend on Twitter and follows his ass. Yeah, she's a wonderful character.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. I don't get Rent a Girlfriend. I don't get these characters. One of them is fucking Aqua, clearly, but like they pretend she's not. One of them isn't even there and just squeaks occasionally. Might as well have a rat voicing her.
Oh my gosh, Sir Cringe, thank you.
Oh, Sir Cringe gave us $1.99. That's gonna feed Satsuki's children for at least
Child.
By the way,
That's our first super chat.
yes, I was gonna say that. That is our first ever super chat on this channel. So thank you so much, Sir Cringe. You will always be known as the one to donate to this channel, at least super chat it first.
Yeah, we're gonna hang it up like on a wall, like Mr. Crab did his first $1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna time out
Gonna
Sir
frame it.
Cringe as
No,
a reward.
time him out. Just don't do that.
Oh, okay. We're gonna ban you, Sir Cringe. Thank you for the
Don't
dollar.
even ban him. What are you doing? Will we punish people that give us money on this channel?
Okay. All right, Sir Cringe. You are now channel owner of KOA.
That's now you're doing a little too much. You got to have a. Remember this talk we had before? See about how perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Well, yeah, but like Uncle Ben's
That's too
already
much.
dead. Who cares?
Wait, what? Who's dead?
Uncle Ben, didn't he say that or something?
Oh my
Put the
God.
money in the bag and they shot him.
Can we move to the next news?
Well, next up, new Terminator Zero trailer. It's coming August 29th.
Oh,
I saw it.
looks great.
This looks better. This looks like the best thing to happen to Terminator since T3. Easily. Like, the Terminator design looks fucking rad. I mean, just the whole... I didn't like the whole dialogue thing that was going on where it was like, and it will never stop. I'm like, okay, we get it. You're Terminator. Can we stop? Stop quoting the first 3 films, for the love of God. Say something different. I hope to God they don't say any of these things in the show, and it's just for the trailer.
You know they will.
I'll be back. My eyes will roll into the back of my head.
Well, I'm ready to hear him say, "I shit myself." That'll be the best quote ever from this new Terminator Zero.
I shit myself while smoking a stogie.
I got something to tell you. Fucking. Uh-oh. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
John?
No.
John Connor?
No.
Wait, is that the 4th member of KOA, John Connor?
Dude, we've never had a 4th member.
Not that you remember.
Jake.
From State Farm?
From State Farm. Yes. Because he had a Super Bowl commercial with him not that long ago.
Well, he's still around. Jake from State Farm still kicking it. Still getting paid.
It's me, Jake from State Farm. I'm here. My mission is to protect you.
I did the funny Terminator thing.
But also, I shit my pants. I have to go home early tonight.
Can you believe that guy was in politics? Isn't that crazy to think back on?
Oh, Arnold? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy to think.
It's crazy.
He was the governor of California.
Speaking of Governor of California, KOA acquires Doga Koba. What can only be described as them acquiring Doga Koba.
This is the best segue. Oh my god.
So this is just more consolidation in the anime industry. If you don't know, Doga Koba, I think does Oshinoko, right? What do they
Do they?
do? They do something. They do something
I don't think they do
notable.
Oshinoko.
It's listen. Kadokawa has acquired them. Okay, which means that whatever anime they make from here on out, you might as well just say goodbye to your channel if you cover it, because they're gonna strike you. I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
I don't know who they are. It's just yet another thing getting acquired by a big name company.
You've
That's all I know.
We've definitely watched their anime on here. Let me search it real quick.
Seen yesterday for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
The
did
Rush-
sing that one.
The Russian Girl anime is by Doga Koba. Old the Horror. And,
Nozaki-kun.
The Dumbbell anime.
Oh yeah, and Oshinoko. They do Oshinoko.
Do you even lift, brah? That's the name of the anime.
I think it's called like How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift or something like that.
Yeah.
How sexy are you while lifting these weights?
The answer is yes. They did IWGP, not a wrestling related thing. They did New Game. And they did My Nightmares.
They animated your nightmares, man.
They did, yeah.
No wonder you can't sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about another corpo acquiring another studio?
It's it's the part of the cause, or whatever the saying is anymore. Everything's just getting bought up, everything's getting acquired, and eventually the thing that they acquired just goes bankrupt, and then they sell it. You know, never to be seen from again.
Or they sit
That's
on it.
just, or they sit on it. It's my IP to sit on and do nothing. That's what we hear more and more nowadays. So it's just, yeah, they copied Microsoft. Your cringe. You're absolutely right.
Well, next up, Tatsuki Fujimoto's Look Back rises to #1 in Japanese theaters. This is pretty notable because it says here, the film opened in theaters in Japan on June 28th. It ranked at #2 in terms of ticket sales, but #1 in weekend earnings. It sold 135,000 tickets in opening weekend and earned 227 million yen, but that's $1.4 million in its first 3 days. If you don't know, Tatsuki Fujimoto, creator of Chainsaw Man, Fire Punch, and Jujutsu Kaisen, allegedly. He has another manga. It's called Look Back, and it's just like a short story. I have it. It's similar to Goodbye Eri, if you've read that too, which also is kind of like a one-shot kind of thing. And yeah, this movie came out. Since then, it's just been getting praise after praise, and it seems to translate into sales for the movie, for tickets at least. So, kind of cool. Kind of cool that this movie is sort of paying off for the studio behind it. I don't know if 1.4 mil in its opening weekend would earn them enough to cover for the budget. I don't know what budget, but from looking at the actual anime itself, it is pretty insane looking. So, big success either way. That's good. It's #1.
All right.
Cool.
Finally, I don't know if we talked about this last week. This all blurs together for me at this point, but Gege Akutami confirms that the final arc of Jujutsu Kaisen is titled Shinjuku Showdown.
Oh, he's ending it.
Yeah, it's ended.
I mean, I think people are too pissed off at him now that I think he figures I might as well just end it. People can stop yelling
No,
at
I mean,
me, calling me names.
he talked about it a year ago when season 2 was airing. He was like, it's coming, like 2024 is when it's gonna end. So, and you can tell from the story that it was coming to its end. So,
Okay, well,
we'll see how the legacy of Jujutsu Kaisen is. I imagine it won't be favorable.
it's gonna end in a fucking like silent fart. It's just it started off really great and then it's just gonna burr.
I don't know. I still think there's two.
I feel like most shonen series don't end like that. If anything, a shonen series is either going to end good or catastrophically bad.
All
It's
right,
rarely in between with that.
all right, well then we'll go with the latter. Catastrophically bad.
I don't know. Just the way he set it up has been so bad so far that I think the bar is so low that if he ekes out like a really decent ending, which is kind of like what you could really hope for at the end of the day with a series like JJK, I think he'll be fine.
Here comes Nobara to the rescue out of nowhere.
No, she's dead.
From the top rope.
She's deader than dead. She's as dead as Nanami is dead.
She's deader than dead. She's dead, dead, dead.
If they bring Nanami back, then you know Nobara's coming back. And if they bring Nobara back, you know Nanami's coming back.
Yeah.
Nanami is not coming back.
I just hope they kill Mei Mei at the very end.
Well, it's good to know she's still not dead.
Well, I have no idea. I haven't read in months, so.
Well, hopefully she is. Hopefully her pancreas explodes and she has cancer. Sorry, I took it too far. I took it too far.
Let's see in the chat here. Dan says it's going to be known as the next Tokyo Revengers. Start off with a pretty sizable fandom, only to tank it with its ending. Sir Cringe says, "Oh nah, she's cooked." Dan Otaz says Yuji will probably die in the ending. And then Sir Cringe goes back and says Mei Mei is probably going to stay alive. So she's cooked, but she's also dead, but alive. I'm confused. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Yuji dies or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. JJK Next Generations, there's no way he's doing a sequel to JJK. I'm going to say it right here on KOA live in front of our trillions and billions of fans. Die-hard fans. It ain't going to happen. JJK 2? No way. No way, Jose.
It's kind of hard to set up any type of sequel situation with JJK specifically because all the people who are supposed to be in a youth part of JJK are either like too battered to be ushered into another era unless like they're just strictly in mentor roles, and there's like almost no romance set up, so unless
no one's gonna have sex. No one's
well, yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. The only way you get proof of sex being in a shonen is via kid. So
yeah. So the closest we're gonna get is an incest baby. That's gonna be our next generation.
Jesus, no.
That's the only way.
You're probably right, but no. Just no.
Yeah, this is a KOA exclusive. I'm officially announcing there is no JJK2.
all right.
Well, let's go ahead.
And that is all with the news.
Into some Midori days.
Midori Day.
For all you Canadians out there, this one's for you.
Why is it a Canadian thing?
You know, just keeping them in our hearts and minds.
Okay.
More fan service this episode. This episode had a lot of really... This episode showed its age more than the first one. By a margin. I can tell you
Yeah?
that. I
Lay
mean,
it on me, good sir.
one of the little girl was like, said something really she should not have said. I forget what it was. Do you
She
guys
said
remember?
that. She said like I could be your girlfriend or something,
No, she said something like
and Seiji was
crazier than that.
like, "No, get away from me."
She's like, I
At
can
least you-
model for you or something like that. It was something like that.
Are you watching this dubbed?
I would.
I am.
Oh, maybe that's why, because that's not what she said in the sub.
Yeah, she said I could be your girlfriend. I think.
Oh no, in the dub, she said something along the lines of I can model for you.
Yeah,
Well-
she did not say.
I would say that. I mean, don't get me wrong; it is a good dub, but I think there's a little bit of mistranslation or whatever. I mean, I originally saw this subbed a long time ago, but yeah, that's not what she said.
So then what happened during the boob fondling scene? What do they
Oh,
say?
that happened.
I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know how else you can interpret that. Really,
Right. She felt her own self up.
I mean, sometimes there's a job and you got to do it.
I will admit, especially when it comes to that scene, even back then, I was like, there's no point in that scene. That scene was just, first of all, your daughter won't wake up, so your best bet is to have her in bed butt ass naked.
I didn't understand why she was naked in the first place because I was like, this is. I don't think this is standard procedure for someone being in like a coma. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, she
Oh,
didn't
I-
get sick.
I don't think they just strip you butt ass naked.
I don't think so either.
I
But
think
yeah.
they'd at least put you in a gown, something nice, something warm.
Yeah,
comfy.
that was nothing more than just shameless fan service. I will admit that was that was
See you later,
dumb.
Dan. Thanks for coming out.
Bye, Dan.
Yeah, that was weird too, just because what it led to, I feel like wasn't worth it. Like I get they were trying to make a joke or whatever, like the
Right.
big misunderstanding. But the misunderstanding is so bad that it makes Seiji look horrible. Like imagine as a parent, your daughter is in a comatose state, and in this, he's not random. You know who he is because of your daughter taking an interest in him. But he's still new to you. This is the first time you ever met him, and the first time you met him, you perceive him as fondling your comatose daughter. That's your introduction to this new guy. That is
Yeah.
like awful.
That is the worst thing, and they played it off like some joke.
Yeah, like
Which,
wow,
mean-
wow, look at you, like you accidentally touch someone's butt and wow, and they chase you.
and the maid and butler even said, "You will not leave this place alive for what you will pay for your transgressions." And Seiji fucking left unscathed. I gotta give him credit. He knows how to get out of dodge when he can. But yeah, that whole entire scene, even like I said, even then, even now, I'm just like, there was no point in it. It was just so bad.
Yeah, they should call the police on him. Like there should be a follow up with that.
So you're saying that he fondled your comatose daughter? What does he look like? Blonde hair, bandaged up right hand. Okay.
They know his full name.
Seiji, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they have a picture of him too.
Yeah.
Midori is a creep. She fucking stalked him and took pictures of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's just one of those things where they don't expect us to find any creepiness in it.
You know
So
what? You know what? There's a reason for that they could say, and I know that this is not the reason for it, but she's a weirdo. She's out of touch rich girl, and you know what? She probably hates her family or something. Guarantee you.
You think that's why?
That's my guess. I don't think she's like. I guess what I'm trying to say is she's socially weird, and she doesn't know how to express herself the correct ways because of her social ineptitude, whether right or wrong. Which could be like really interesting for her character, I think. Could be like, Seichi, I'm a little bit weird. I don't know how to express myself. Teach me,
I'm
please.
a little nutty. I'm a little nutty.
I mean,
Let me cook eggs for you.
oh my God! Speaking of nutty, Midori got payback this episode and brain damaged Seiji.
I don't think an egg is going to do that, but I'm more concerned with the inconsistency in the power scaling because one episode she's like blocking or tanking direct hits from wooden swords and being fine. The next, she's literally using her body to propel Seiji out of bed. But then in the next scene, she can't lift up an egg.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's weird. It's almost like she doesn't know her own strength, because when she wants to get out of bed, she can. When she's embarrassed, she flails that arm around, literally going upstairs, arm first and everything. But I agree. When it comes to picking up an egg, oops, butterfingers. Yeah, I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe she has the strength, but just not the grip. So I mean, maybe that's.
I don't know. She had the dexterity to create I love you Seiji shirt out of
That's true.
God knows who knows what.
That's true. She's got nimble fingers.
Yeah, and she writes in her little journal thing.
Yeah, she's got a fucking tiny journal.
Isn't it cute?
How do you get one of those?
Barbie has one.
Yeah, but it would just be like a piece of plastic, right? How does someone make a really tiny, fully functioning miniature notebook?
Right here.
It's not possible. Can't be done.
We both showed you evidence.
No one's ever done it before.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, we get introduced to a brand new character in this one. The class rep, Ayase.
No, she was in the last episode.
Like for like a half second, but
Yeah.
I mean, like we see her a lot more.
I think that was the first time they named her.
True. But I feel like it was like at the very end where we kind of got glimpses of future characters and she was there. I love in this series, or at least in this episode anyway, how Seiji is known as such a gangster, this punk or whatever, that not even people want to sit near him next to their desks. They move their desks away from him.
Which is petty.
Very petty. But he has the main character spot still. He still has a window seat in the back.
It sounds comfortable though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have just been chill. I would have been man spreading everywhere, legs out. I would have had another desk so I could put my feet up on that desk. Oh, and what is good, Ellie? Do you remember in anime when people could buy photos of other people like in Toradora? I don't remember that being a thing, but I don't doubt it.
Toradora. We don't talk about that.
But so what I thought was going to happen hasn't borne total fruition, but it's practically there. So like the whole plot of this episode, or most of the plot of this episode, was getting Ayase to see Seiji in a different light, because she's looking at him as like everybody else. He's this delinquent that just loves violence and fighting. He's a bad guy. And then she sees that he actually fights for causes. He doesn't usually start anything. In fact, I don't think he starts anything. Usually it's always people calling him out because they want to test him and his demon right hand. So the thing that got him in trouble this episode is because people were spreading rumors about his bandaged hand, and then the goons showed up because they thought he was weak, and they tried to jump him, and they tried to jump him, got their ass beat, and then tried to kidnap and probably do some other stuff to Ayase. Like
Oh,
the way they
God.
were talking, it was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. It was like, whoa.
Nobody did anything either.
Yeah, I just love that too. Because she's like, is anybody gonna help me? And the fucking other students are like covering their face, and they're like, she shouldn't have gotten involved.
Yeah.
Why did
Well,
she do that?
Why does she stand up to the people that were going to beat her ass? What?
Yeah. Why did she? First of all, where's the security to the school? They just let anybody walk on with no bodyguards. And second of all, it's like, of course she's gonna say something. She's the student body president. She's gotta set some kind of example. But everybody else just like, man, we're a bunch of pussies. I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and say anything.
From what they said, she's not even like the student council president. She's just a class rep.
Okay.
So she's just the leader in that class. So like where like you said, where's the security? Where's this other authority figures in school? These guys just ran up there with weapons and everything, and they were able to just do whatever they wanted, and then nobody was going to do anything.
This definitely takes place in America.
No, because then there would have been a different weapon involved.
Right.
Oh, so the UK then?
No, then there would have been a machete involved. But yeah, so Seiji took the ass whooping for his friend that is like a fan of him. It's like a weird dynamic, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, he saves Mia, gets his ass whooped. Which shows that Seiji's pretty smart in that he knew fighting back against he could foresee fighting back against them would lead them to coming back, because he already beat those guys' asses, except for then the new leader guy came in there and was like, I want to see your strength. And then after they beat him, was like, oh, this is the so-called mad dog. And then,
Yeah.
So he understood like what their intentions were, so he just took one for the team, got beat up, and yeah, pretty good guy.
Yeah, he's got a heart of gold. He's got a heart of gold. And now we have what appears to be, what is this? A twist? A new love interest?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting on two fronts. I already expected this on her side, but I think on the Yase side, but I think it's going to be more interesting to see how Midori navigates this, just because I could see it. I guess it's just one way I see it playing out, but it's like different facets we'll see of it. So obviously Midori is going to be jealous. I think that much is obvious, but I think there may come a point, if depending on how well Ayase and Seiji's relationship goes, that she may end up trying to give up just because of her position being on his right hand and being this little girl, because I think she's going to have a lot of like, I don't know, dysphoria or being disillusioned with trying to get with him, because she knows that Seiji's going to want a human-sized girl. So I think that may put her at odds with trying to pursue a relationship with him, because she's going to understand, like, how does this going to work? You know what I mean? When Ayase is going to be a viable option, and like I said, if they end up hitting it off, then yeah, I think it's going to cause a lot of turmoil for her, more than just jealousy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future coming episodes. Also, hello QRW6.
What's going on?
We're doing good, and yes, our day is good. Hope your day is going good as well. I mean, it was pretty much a cut and dry episode. Nothing really too crazy. We did kind of already touch on the unnecessary just fan service. It's supposed to be a somber moment, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things. Oh, those unwritten rules where it's like you can't have it too sad. This is a comedy, so let's spice it up with some mood action. So yeah, I wish they would have done that differently. That's probably one of the only things I didn't like about this. But I will say this: I'm pretty sure, like after this episode, there's really not much fan service after that. Like that is the peak of weird, stupid fan service. Everything else is smooth sailing from here.
Yeah, that makes
Crazy
sense.
enough, I don't even think it was that bad, even though they showed as much as they showed. It's weird.
Yeah, okay. It's not. Is it the worst thing I've ever? No, definitely not. But it's
Boobs.
definite. Like to me, it's just. I don't know. It's unnecessary. I think. I feel like it's an unnecessary thing that didn't need to be in that particular scene. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with it. I think I don't feel as like strongly about it just because I don't even see an angle where it seems like tantalizing. You know what I mean? I can't see somebody looking at it and going, "Oh shit!"
And it's even weirder because it's like it's her own body. Just saw that. You saw you with the motion. But
This
yeah,
is what I was waiting for. Like, what?
Yeah, I
It's
think it's
like-
a product of its time.
it definitely is. And that's not to say that they don't have weird, etchy stuff and nudity stuff nowadays. The Elf show that I'm watching, and yeah, it is what it is.
Yep. Just something for people back in the day to enjoy. Very irrelevant to modern audiences.
Sure, but yeah, bring on episode 3. We'll see what happens from here on out. Oh, if it is what I think it is. Yeah, I just won't say anything. If it is what I think it is, I think you're gonna enjoy it, Sasuke. I
I already seen the preview.
Okay, then yeah, I think you're really gonna like the next character that gets introduced.
We'll see.
Well, let's introduce the next show. Talk about Nokotan.
Oh my god.
Shikunoko Goshtanta.
Cheater.
Shika.
Why? That's all I have to say. Why?
Yeah, this Anko.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's dumb. Well, any character that's like her is dumb, to be quite honest. But she's like, and I understand because it's the series and everything, where it's the whole wackiness and craziness turned up to 11, just because of the type of show it is.
Mm-hmm.
But man, do I not care for it?
All you had to do is not make her sister.
Right.
Just make her childhood stalker friend, and then I probably wouldn't have as many issues as I did with this episode.
But it's because it's her sister. It's weirder because it's her sister. Incest. It's just nasty shit. It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like no matter what we do, Yuri is going to be. I don't mean Yuri as in girl. I mean Yuri from Spy Family. He's always going to reincarnate in a different show.
He really
You can't escape him.
And see, I hate Yuri more than this character, only because, like I said, Yuri, he's unnecessary in that show. He could just be maybe a brother that's maybe a little kind of like likes his sister and doesn't trust him around other men. I'm fine with that. But the fact that he's this, oh, I love you. This is the same with Anko, but like I said, it's just because of the show. It's just really wacky and it just like dials it up even more. I don't know. I agree. They should have made her just like a friend, a neighbor, maybe even someone who's just a really crazy stalker, and I would have been happy with that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it was like, remember that show Home Improvement, where the neighbor was the guy over the fence? That'd be cool if that Monko was kind of like that, that guy.
Oh yes, I remember very much.
Whenever Home Improvement used to come on, I used to turn the channel.
Damn.
That meant it was too late. Because I think it used to come on Nickelodeon. I was like, fuck this. Where's George Lopez? I think the only thing I wanted to watch at Nick at Night was George Lopez used to come on there, Family Matters. And I want to say it was another sitcom that I used to like. Was it My Wife and Kids? I think it was on Nick at Night at one point. It was some show like that.
There was always something so eerie about watching Nick at Night. I don't know why. I just remember as a kid going, I feel a little,
Nick at Night.
a little strange watching a sitcom from the 90s.
I mean, Cartoon Network was the one that made me scared.
That's true.
Funny.
That's true. Maybe
All that shit that you guys watched, I grew up watching when it was not on Nick at Night. When I watched Nick at Night, it was shows from the 70s and 60s, like Gilligan's Island, I Love Lucy, and shit like that.
I Love
Happy
Lucy's
Days.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I watched a lot of old
up.
stuff because of Nick at Night. Yeah. But it's funny to say that it's like a lot of shows from the 90s. Like, that was kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Any Married with Children fans in here?
Oh my god, Married with Children. Hell yes. Dude, that
Go
show
together
would be
like a horse
great.
and...
You
they
would
redid it.
never. You don't redo it.
No,
you
do it as a
could never
TV show.
redo it.
Or not like TV, but an
It was a
animated
TV
TV show.
show.
Like a cartoon or whatever, like an adult cartoon. Take the similar concept of a dysfunctional
They couldn't get
family.
away with half the stuff that they did back then.
They couldn't do those jokes.
Absolutely
like
not.
almost every episode, he was making fat jokes. He was talking about hating his wife. Like, and it's not like the normal sitcom hating your wife thing. It's like, I want to kill her. Like, it was that type of comedy.
This was Fox in its heyday. You know, that was basically, it was Married with Children, The Simpsons, and Cops was the original three on Fox. And they were all, at the time, considered pretty edgy television. And it's just like, yeah, they couldn't do that anymore. Not at all. Like, go onto YouTube, watch Al Bundy fat jokes. It's like a 30-minute long compilation.
Really, honestly, hilarious. Any Al Bundy compilation,
yeah.
Oh my god, he is that guy. He's that guy.
It's hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious.
It's funny.
Anyway,
this show.
It has some funny things in there, though. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, the second half is really funny. I feel like the first half is just very.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like maybe some things kind of make me chuckle, but the second half, I was in C's Discord when we were watching this, and my sides were hurting because of the fucking when she quote unquote died and then saw Dear Jesus.
Yeah, it was so.
And he was like, "We don't got enough space for you, bitch."
And then kicks her off.
What made it funny is that she didn't even die, so I don't know why that happened.
Right. I was thinking the same thing. She didn't die. So that was just, I don't know, in her mind, doing drugs. I don't know. The deer cracker saved her life.
Which, what the fuck? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hearing it come out, of my mouth just sounds really weird. It's like the deer cracker saved her life because her weird incest sister wanted to kill her, but then all of a sudden slipped and almost killed her sister. But yeah.
I respect that this anime is so absurd and it doesn't really try to take it. It doesn't really try to be logical because I mean, what the game in of itself, they're playing like this buzzer game trivia thing,
Yeah.
talking about stuff in what I should probably remember names. Rocco's past and whatnot. That whole bit was funny, but
Mhm.
eventually Anko just crashes the fuck out and says fuck this, and then decides to press a button, and then arrows from God knows where. I don't know how she set this up. I don't know how much money she has to fund any of this shit. Arrows rain from every side of the school to cover Nokotan, and then she just dodges them all.
Yep. Like nothing. Just she's even making noises as she's dodging.
Yeah. She unlocked Ultra Instinct, and then she just starts throwing kunais at her. I was like,
Yeah. They made a
Right.
reference to Naruto because Toroko was like, "Are you a
Shield.
shinobu or a Hokage?" She said, "Are you Hokage?"
yeah.
That was funny.
I think it was
Yeah.
Fresh Prince QRW6. I think so.
In West Philadelphia, everybody knows the song.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
That playground is where I spent most of my days. Yeah, everybody knows that song like the back of their hand.
In a couple of years,
A couple of
came up to
years
my school, started making trouble in
in my neighborhood.
I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared and said, "You moving with
Moving
your?"
with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Is there anything else? It was like,
It was really that was pretty much it. It was nothing more than just that game show was there to embarrass Tarako the whole time, and she becomes a fucking lifeless ghost at the end after 98,000 points were scored, and
Yeah,
each question was worth 10. So it's like, how many questions did they ask?
my. Okay, this is my question, and I know it's never going to get answered. I have questions every time with the show, but I know it's not going to get answered.
Right.
So for this to work, for trivia to work, the host has to know the answers.
Yeah, it's written down on the card. So yeah, she would have to. Yeah, how would she know? She's a teacher.
That's what I'm saying. The only ones who can provide these answers are Nokotan and Anko. So how the hell does this even work?
Yeah, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And the very last thing they even like mentioned at the end of the episode was her bra. It took me a second to realize what they were talking about because, first of all, Nokotan is all white, and she said, "I see we're all white today," and then she said, "See through," and I'm like, "Oh, she's talking about bra." It took me a split second. I'm like, "Okay, random, but okay."
Yeah. Well, now Nokotan and Anko are like frenemies or something.
Yeah, they had confetti raining at the end, as Taraka's just like, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I want to go home. It's almost like she's the only normal person in this whole anime, and I think I said it last night in C's Discord where it was like, Tarako is like if a normal person was in an actual anime, and the anime is like self-aware and just self-insert. There's the character in there or something. I don't know.
Even then,
Feels like that.
I don't think the show, because she's usually the straight man in the scenes, but even she's wacky herself because she's this ex delinquent who, for the whole purpose of not wanting anybody to know that, she did all this studying and became the class rep and then the student council president, just so people didn't know that she used to beat people up back in the day. So like she's living this weird double life thing. So
Yeah. Teehee, I'm a cute innocent girl, but I'm also been a villain back in the day.
yeah, I don't. I feel like people probably wouldn't care, but I don't know. It is Japan.
Indeed is. This anime is the most Japanese thing I've seen in a minute.
It really is. It really, really is.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun. Shoot.
yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I love how they always have the same three NPC characters that got hit with the rubble in the first episode, but they're always there to, oh, she likes giving her stuffed animals kisses before she goes to bed. She is so pure and great. Like, nobody, they could say that she, like, beats up the homeless and pisses on their graves, and they'd be like, she gives money to the homeless. Or something.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. So that's why this whole thing of her being an ex-delinquent is weird to me, because they got all of these facts on her, and not a single fact led to you finding out she was a delinquent. Like that's the you would. It's weird that that's the secret she wants to safeguard so much, but then everything else they gave like a million facts on you, and then you're just sitting there like,
Oh, oh, oh my. Yeah, like what's more embarrassing? The fact that everyone knows that you're a virgin that still loves dolls that used to wet your bed until you were 10, or that you used to be a delinquent. You know, it's like, go figure.
oh, the Crepper Storm said that too. I like how they reveal all her personal details except for the delinquent stuff. That's what I'm saying. But yeah,
And that's the thing that would absolutely crush people. Not everything else that she does, but the fact that she's a delinquent. That's please don't. It's not true. Tell me it's not true.
it's a lie, isn't it?
It's impossible.
Taco!
Well, is it time?
I think it's time.
All right, let's get into some Spice and Wolf.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna sit on this one because I forgot to watch the episode.
Boo, you stink!
Can you believe this, man?
I can't.
Well, I guess it's back to the KOA podcast.
Yeah.
Indeed it is.
Step aside, bitch.
push you down.
All right. So okay. This was the dramatic episode.
Yeah, we got the fucking marriage and deal proposal from what's his name?
Fermi.
Mark? No, Fermi, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong name. By Fermi. Fermi basically said, Kraft, I will pay over Holo's debts, and when I do, I will give you this much money, and I will ask for Holo's hand in marriage. And they shook on it.
Sorry. I'm reading what the Griffin Storm said. First he said, Sasuke, we're just not smart enough for the show. This the new Sunday boy. And he said, John would have remembered to watch the episode.
Oh my god, that is so funny. John would have remembered.
John somewhere just sitting there like, I told y'all.
I told you to pick me, but you didn't listen. John.
But I want to speak briefly about Fermi, because he's a character that I feel that most people don't like in Spice of Wolf because of what you saw in this episode, like him bringing the drama into things. I actually respect the kid, because from his perspective, what Holo told him is true. She's in debt.
Yeah.
She's traveling. She's traveling with this guy, and he has the means to try to free her from the shackles of debt. And he fell in love with her, and he's trying his damnness to get her. Mm-hmm. People don't really like that because of him, putting a wedge in between Lawrence and Holo. But I mean, their actions kind of gave him an inkling that was possible. It's not as if he thought that they were just in a loving relationship, like they were wife and husband, and he's trying to break. That's not the situation. So he's a character that usually gets hate within the fandom. I believe it's not like I talked to many Spice and Wolf guys. Just really just one. It's one person that I know that really hates him. But no, I think he's pretty. It's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I also agree. I don't think that this is something where Fermi deserves any type of hate. He only knows the facts that are given right in front of him. Now, if they would have, I don't know. I understand they had to lie because they didn't want to reveal Holo's true identity, but they could have at least made it a certain way to where it's like, hi, that's Holo. She's not just a traveling nun. She's my wife. We're just traveling through town, and yeah, we're just this is what we're doing. Could have just left it at that, but yeah, it's not Holo's fault that she's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. In every sense of the way. Because, I mean, that's the other thing. Fermi, if Holo wasn't who she was, maybe Fermi's just like, she's nice, but not marriage material, not wife material. But because Holo is who she is, I want to put a ring on it. I'm willing to give you 1,000 silver. Just here. And that just goes to show you Holo and her power without even really doing anything. She's worth 1,000 silver in his eye. I mean, that's a lot.
And he's gathering this money in a day.
Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence had to beg townspeople and get water thrown on him.
The guy you really had to worry about is Fermi. When Mark said what he said last episode, it may have seemed like weird when he was like, if he was looking at my wife, I'll probably just give up. We kind of see why that's the case. It's not anything to do with like how he looks or anything. It's that this man is hell bent on getting whatever he wants, and he has the money. He is probably the most competent merchant we've seen thus far in the series, and that includes Lawrence.
Yeah. I mean, this guy doesn't have to lie about value of armor and do sleazy tactics and feed gold to fucking sheep just to get anything. He just provide you want money? Here's money. Day of. Yeah, absolutely.
Called him out in front of everybody too. I mean, this I don't see how you can really hate this guy.
In fact, you got to kind of put some respect on the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fermi deserves all the respect.
Oh.
Yeah. Team Fermi right here.
Rolled up a contract and everything. This man was ready.
Yes. Yeah, he absolutely was. He was like, for Holo, I will. Was that people say whenever they see a hot picture, they go wood?
Yeah.
He said wood times 1,000.
Would and will. I will do it. But God, what was I about to say? I just had it in my head. Please come back to me. Okay. Holo said something interesting in this episode where she was talking about what makes a good male and what makes a good adult. And she was saying that those things contradict sometimes. So the whole crux of what she was saying basically was in a romantic sense, where a good male will do things like, it's like young love. It's a lot of foolhardy passion and things where you're, it's reckless abandonment. You're basically working on emotions rather than logic. Right. Whereas being a good adult, where you're working more on logic, you're more cunning, you're more a lot of times dishonest. And we're kind of seeing the contrast of that ideology in Fermi, who would be the good male in the situation, and Lawrence, who would be the good adult in the situation. So that's why like they had their talk about maturity and stuff like that. Because Holo was like, yeah, you can be mature, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Being mature isn't always good. And I agree. I agree with that sentiment.
Sometimes you gotta don't have a stick up your ass the whole time. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, feel the moment. Because there are those people that just think that they're just too cool for everything. It's like, no, I'm not gonna dance. I'm too cool for dancing. And people like me that don't give a shit what other people think. I do the worm in front of people and I break dance and all that other kind of stuff. And I hear people all the time say to my girlfriend, they go, I wish my boyfriend was like yours.
Yeah.
Because I get that. I mean, I don't know. I can't help it but just be me. I am who I am. I
Yeah.
guess that comes with maturity and just, the whole being a man type thing. It's like, and with anything, there's a time for being serious. Obviously, you're not going to break dance at a funeral.
I mean, I don't think anybody's tried it yet.
right, unless they really wanted the person dead, and then
Yes.
it's like in the Boondocks, where that one old lady, I think it was Uncle Ruckus's mom, was like, "Yes, she's finally dead."
Oh Lord, yes. Praise the Lord. Praise my Jesus. Yes,
but,
yes.
but what I was getting at is sometimes there's time. Obviously, there's a time for maturity, and there's a time for not being so uptight. And I think that's kind of what Holo was getting to.
And I think with Lawrence, it is the time to in tap into his inner child. You have to, for what's going on right now. We haven't talked about the drama yet, but I think the key for Lawrence to win Holo back is to tap into some of that passionate, childish, young love. You know what I mean? But I guess we should just talk about like what the dramatic things happen in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, let's talk about it because C didn't watch it, but John he let us
John
know
got
all
it.
the details.
John out there.
John got all the details, but so yeah, towards the end of this episode, Holo. Well, okay, first, Lawrence receives a letter from Diana, and Holo was automatically jealous from that because she could smell it. She's like, "That's a letter from a woman."
I love that. I love how like immediately on goal she is about that type of stuff.
She just knew it, and Lawrence I think read it and was just like, he, I forgot how the conversation went, but essentially he was like looking at it, and Holo was like, "What's it? Nah, he's nothing to worry about. But if you can read it, you can. I'll leave it here on the table for you." And sure enough, that's what he did. And he goes out, talks to Mark about those little cube things and how he kind of like missed out on the fact that those are like worth 277 times more than what they originally were, which is crazy. But after he gets back to Holo, Holo is ever so emotional. She's sitting with basically the moon silhouette, and
Yep.
it's the pretty picture perfect. The moon lighting her, and it's the window, and she just has that sad look on her face.
Shakespeare play esque backdrop.
Pretty much. Holo, she can actually read.
Yeah,
And
she sounded literate.
She read the letter, and long story short, she's all alone again. She doesn't have a home to come back to, unfortunately.
Yeah. So this happens in a lot of romance series where like there's going to be a falling out between the two characters, and it's always one of those things where it's hit and miss because the drama could either be like the initial plot point could either move you or it could just turn you off. I thought this was a good way to do this because this has been brewing. So Lawrence already knew about her hometown Yoitsu being destroyed, or at least he had an idea of it possibly being destroyed, but he never told Holo, obviously because he didn't want to break her heart. So he gets further confirmation when he talks to Diana, and he gets the letter, and then she ends up reading it. So in her mind, and I think this is a thing that you got to understand with Holo. Not saying you, EA. I'm just speaking of Jim. You don't understand Holo. I think because I feel like in looking at this scene, either you're going to understand it or you're going to side with Lawrence and think that Holo's overreacting. But from what we've seen of Holo, she has abandonment issues and is a very lonely character in general. So for her, she feels as if Lawrence was playing her all along the way. And because her and Lawrence don't have a secure relationship, their whole relationship is contingent on Lawrence taking her to Yoitsu and then them splitting up afterwards. So because there's nothing concrete, she gets very desperate in the scene, and then she even asks him to make love to have a child so they have something that connects them. Like that's
because nothing puts anyone in the mood better than having a fight and then blowing up in your face and saying, "Put a baby in me." That's just like,
I mean, some people would have said, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some people that would have been like, what?
Okay.
Wait, weren't you just mad at me? Yes, but I would like a child.
All right.
Okay. You just see roll credits, the end. That's just it.
Yeah. But Lawrence being Lawrence, he obviously can read the situation, and
I have ED.
There's the Rudy.
He turns into Rudy.
I can't. I can't. She's like,
can't.
Huh? I wasn't expecting that answer, huh? Whatever is the matter? I can't.
Nothing. Just turn around for a sec.
Oh my god. Ellie says this is the start of a lot of people's existence. But no, Lawrence reads the mood, and he denies her because that's just, I would expect a moral thing to do. I don't think it's I don't think you want to take advantage of her emotional instability in that situation. So he denies her, and then it escalates even further because she kind of takes it as
that he
or
doesn't
she
love her.
Well, that, and also just she's like, well, you won't even do this with me, then like what connection do we have? She gives you the whole "what are we" type of speech. And I mean, they don't have a concrete relationship. The relationship they present to people is a lie. They're just traveling companions, and that could end at any moment. So that's what leads to her reaction to her hometown being destroyed, and Lawrence keeping that information for her, and of course her abandonment issues coming back into the forefront.
Yeah. I think when it comes to Holo and her reacting, I could definitely see where people could look at it as overreacting. I meant like her getting upset as overreacting. Because it's kind of if you're in a kind of like an established relationship, that would be a weird kind of reaction for anybody to hear, where you're just like, whoa, where's this coming from? But I agree. They don't really kind of have a connection other than, hey, we're going to send you back to your hometown. But now that that's gone, it's like, what do they have other than poking fun at each other and he gives her food. That's really what they kind of do. They've never kissed, they've never, made love, they've never really done anything kind of romantic per se. I mean, maybe they've had a date, but I wouldn't even classify that as really like a date. But yeah, I get where she's coming from. Though in Lawrence's mind, he was only doing the right thing.
Hmm.
He didn't want to hurt her feelings. It's not like he purposely did it out of spite, but you know, Holo in her state of mind is one. You couldn't reason with somebody who's that irrational at that point. Maybe give them time to cool off, and then come at it again the next day. But it sounds like she's maybe wanting to get some of that Fermi action.
Well, that's the implication with it. But like this is like here's the big thing with Holo. The reason why she even wants to go into Yoitsu needs to be looked at because she was perfectly content just being the goddess of harvest in the village that Lawrence was getting the wheat from and doing her thing there. The reason why she even took this journey to Yoitsu is because she wasn't appreciated anymore. She was doing all of this for the village, and eventually everybody on that land started to treat her almost as a joke, like, at first, everybody revered Holo, and then it was kind of like they forgot about her, didn't really care to keep up the customs, and nobody treated Holo with any type of respect. So she kind of was pushed away. Even past that, the guy, remember, from that village tried to hunt down Holo and turn her into the church. So the very people she was looking after for hundreds of years persecuted her and tried to get her turned into the church and killed as a heretic. So that's the reason she basically got chased out, and not having no other place to really have, she has no other foothold in any other place really. So she tries to go back to Yoitsu, and now she knows that that place is no more. It's like she's now in this abyss, and she doesn't know where she can land. And she thought she had a place with Lawrence, and I mean there is a place. It's just that there needs to be trust on both of their ends as far as where this is going. Like, what, there needs to be some type of commitment, and there isn't that right now.
Yeah, not really. Not really. And the other thing too with Holo that she was just piling on at that point, but I also remember where she was just like, "Well, I see why you were so easy to get rid of me. You wanted to take the money and such."
Mhm.
That again, I feel like she was just upset. And when you say a lot of things when you're upset that you don't necessarily mean, it just comes out because you're in that state of mind where you're just like, I'm alone. My fucking, my hometown is destroyed. You sold me off. How could you? I'm going to marry Fermi. Deuces. It's just all kinds of things coming out at the same time. So, yeah, she's pretty upset.
Yeah. A lot of comments we missed. Midnight said, a tail and some dog ears can make a man move mountains.
Sure.
Certain men, I guess.
Certain men like C.
Decrepit Storm said he even did his research to make sure Holo wasn't with any order. He did. He even mentioned she is a beauty. Are you jealous? Oh yeah, he did. He did say that about Diana. Lawrence did. Poor Holo. Lawrence messed up, but in a way that's completely understandable. Yeah, I mean, you definitely get it on both sides. It's just that since you fully know Lawrence's intentions, it's kind of hard to side with Holo, or at least the fandom in general to side with Holo. Just because, again, you get Lawrence's side, you get his POV. You don't really ever get Holo's POV. So, when she's attacking Lawrence the way she is, it's like, damn, you know, like we know why he did all this. Like he didn't mean any of this, but you only get his POV. So
Yeah.
um, her abandonment issues were hinted at earlier in the episode when Lauren said they would find Yoitsu soon, and he then had to tell her it would take half a year. Yeah. Oh, so it's Lauren's fault she had issues. My man out there working, trying to make six figures, but Holo wants him to be a stay-at-home dad. I'm joking. I'm just saying stuff. Yeah, free Holo. But no, man. This was the start of it all. The start of the fall.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Happened so suddenly. They were having fun dancing at the festival and everything.
They freaking were dancing. It's just like, dance with me. And they danced, and she got drunk. A pirate's life for me. You know, just that kind of drunk. And she sobered up real fucking quick.
She sobered up as soon as he was about to leave the room. She was like, I'm drunk. I'm not that drunk.
Right. She's drunk. She smells the note. Who you sleeping with? Who's that bitch?
That legit did sober because she was knocked out. She was
going to sleep and then smells perfume. It's like, who is that? I want to know. Yeah, and it all led to that. So freaking crazy.
What do you think is going to be Lawrence's move? Where does he go?
Something tells me, probably tries to apologize, says I'm sorry, blah blah blah. But when it comes to the money now, it's like, will he still take it? It's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't take it just to show Holo that he cares. But then maybe she's mad to the point where she doesn't want to travel anymore and wants to stay with old Fermi. Then he's just like, well, fuck you then. I'm taking the money.
I'm sleeping with Diana now.
Yes, I'm going to go with the alchemist girl who smells nice and has nice hair. Doesn't have a tail or ears like you, but she's pretty. Yeah, but I don't know. It could go either way, but something tells me he's going to try to win her back in her good graces. And by that, I mean probably saying no to the money.
Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. I think that's it.
Bring back C.
Hello.
Hey.
Is this John?
This is me, John.
You sound a little too alive.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
fix
alive,
that.
let's go ahead and get into Oshi Doko. Something I can actually talk about because I watched the episode. Woo!
Can I talk about? Can I go first?
Yes, sir.
The floor is yours, sir.
I love this episode. I found my favorite character. I mean, it's still overall it'll still be odd, but I mean, like a character that's still alive. I found him because I kept thinking to myself, I was like, I like Kana, I like Ruby, but they don't have the it factor to move me the way I want to be moved. But the minute this character kept talking, and I went, oh, she's an asshole. I like this.
You like the assholes?
Abiko. I do. Okay. Abiko Sensei. That is my favorite character. She is hell on earth. I mean, we already saw like what happened to the last episode where she said revised the whole script. And I thought after she said that, maybe there was going to be like some type of compromise or something. But no, she was so hell bent on destroying everything they built up and going, you guys did not see my vision. I said, I love it. The reason I love it, because I know what people want to say. Like, but she shit on the script writer. I know. I love the passion she has for her own work, that she's not going to hear anything other than, bitch, you better revise the whole script. Even went as far as to say, if you don't revise this entire thing, I am pulling the rights to my series. And they went, but that's going to be a breach of contract. She said, I don't give a fuck. I'll pay it.
That's crazy.
I am sorry. Whenever a character is this passionate, they are this hell bent on getting what they want. This is my type of character. This is for me. This character is for me. I don't care if she doesn't have any fans. She has one at the very least. Me for life. Abiko. Oh man, I had a lot of fun. There's more I want to say, but I just had to say that to begin with.
Yeah, I don't like her. Okay, let me rephrase that. Not that I don't like her. I just think she's very unreasonable and doesn't understand how a play works or how certain things can go, especially with a certain story that you're willing to tell. I admire the passion. I would more like people to have passion for their things than not. It's just that when it comes to translating that passion into live action, to a play, there's some things that are doable and some things that aren't. And I kind of look at it as, yeah, okay, fine, let's revise it. Let's kind of work together to get this off the ground and better. But it just seems like everything that was given to her, she's just like, nope, trash, nope, garbage, nope, don't like it. Okay, tell me, what do you want? And instead of basically kind of saying that, she's like, did you even read this? Are you even a fan?
I'm sorry. She said, do you even read Tokyo Play?
Right. And I don't know. You didn't have to insult the man.
I did feel bad for the script writer. The script writer got hold like no one's business. He got absolutely obliterated. I like how the anime tried to make you feel bad. I mean, I did feel bad. Don't get me wrong, I did feel bad. That's the dichotomy of Satsuki. I like her, but I felt bad for him. Cause he was like, I put so much work into this, tireless nights. I was literally getting sick writing this. It was a game of telephone. This is the information they gave me. And then, I was a fan of the series. And then the creator is just yelling at me and telling me how I'm trash. I felt sorry for him. He got hold.
Right.
He definitely got hold.
And I don't blame the guy because the dude was probably defeated after that. That's why he didn't care that he didn't even want his name as a creative, writer on the screenplay. He's like, fuck this. I don't care anymore.
Which I respect. I respected that about him. It shows pride on both sides because, even though he was kind of just like allowing her to walk all over him, he still had enough pride as, a creator to go, if I didn't put my name on this, I don't want any credit for this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I respected that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy because like I said, it's I bet this happens all the time when it comes to creatives, especially their own babies, and when it comes to just any property turning into whether it be live action, animated, or whatever. But God, I do not envy the people that have to put up with stuff like that because on one hand I get it, that they want their vision and it's hard to kind of like put that into a live action, but at the same time it's like you got to be reasonable. That's why they were telling her it may not translate on this screenplay or whatever, but when you watch it, it'll all come together. And I feel like it's hard to tell people that when they don't they have their vision in their mind and this is what they got. But on someone else's screenplay, they're just like, nah, I don't see that. But they won't see it until they, I don't know. Maybe if they would have showed her just like a quick run through or something, maybe she would have got it. But I don't know. Just kind of unreasonable, to be honest.
But I don't. Okay, go ahead, see.
Well, just to add on to that, and basically everything you guys have just said, but like, compromise is the key. It's always the key. She's working with a team of people that have spent probably some of them weeks, some of them months, some of them even probably a couple years, and she's coming in and she's and she's kind of like throwing her weight around a little bit, and it's very very out of touch to what the team is going through and to what they've put into. And keep in mind as well that these people had to rewrite certain portions. I'm sure that this is much of a baby as the franchise is to her in some ways. Maybe not totally, but it's just, it's like, instead of going for the compromise and suggesting little things that would maybe satisfy her, it's the whole like, let's just throw the entire thing out. It's complete chaos for the sake of serving one individual when you're trying to strike some sort of balance naturally. If this was like they were adapting the entire thing 1-to-1, if that was their goal, and she came in and she was like, man, they cut out this shit, then sure, but the context is different. It's a 2-hour stage play. There has to be some compromise, some leeway.
Right. And I feel like that's the thing that they were trying to get across to her, but she wouldn't have it, no matter what they said or did.
Yeah, and it probably has something, I wouldn't be surprised if it stemmed from some of her social ineptitudes, both in terms of just the fact that she's socially inept, with the double toothbrush and everything, but as well, just like, she was probably called weird by a bunch of people, so she probably doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So it's it's crazy.
The Decrepit Storm said she's very passionate. Sounds like the defense her senpai would give. Midnight says, bro, my man got jammed up. He was just following the directions he was given. And that little Elion, we're trying to take his soul. When are you going to give John his credits?
Listen, John will get his credits when he shows the freak up to work. How about that? How about that, John?
Oh,
John.
Calling you out.
It would be cool to see if her script makes the play better or worse. I think it's definitely going to be hiccups because, okay, so I'm gonna speak in her defense again. But I'm, yeah, I mean that's what I'm gonna do the whole time. But like, everything that EA and C said was right. It's just one thing I think I disagree with. I don't think it's the fact that she doesn't understand how things work, why she reacted the way she did. She's just, because she even said in the episode, she understood if they took liberties as far as doing different, time constraints, doing different things with the story. The problem she had specifically was the characters acting out of character. And the reason why that's so important to her, because she even referred to her characters as her babies. So when I say she's passionate about this, this is like her almost like her actual child. And what C said, like her social ineptitude, it definitely plays a part in the reason why she acted this way, because most people who have any type of empathy, sympathy, would not do what she did, because they would realize that I'm inconveniencing, not just the people I see, but the actors, the extras, a whole slew of people I'm inconveniencing. So they would never even dare to say, do what she did this episode, where she's suggesting throwing out the entire script. But that's also kind of why it's weird because I understand why nobody would like her, but at the same time, her being so bullheaded is the reason why I like her because I mean nobody else would dare to say that. Nobody else would even suggest, yeah, redo this whole thing. And if you don't, I'm pulling out. That is that insane, but I kind of respect it just as like a no, not to say I'm a mangaka or anything of the sort. I'm not at this level. Just as a content creator myself, I understand like wanting to make sure your vision is sought or translated to the utmost. And I will defend her on this point. She only knew that the script writer, she didn't know it was so many different intermediates when it came to the script writer doing what he did. She only saw it as I relayed this information to you and you didn't do shit about it. But we know it was went through one person, that person changed things up, and it went to somebody else, that person changed it up, and it went to somebody else, that person changed it up, and then it eventually got to the script writer who is getting misinformation and then, is writing what he writes. So there's because of that miscommunication, she has a misunderstanding in thinking that the script writer is the one who is making these changes and he's the villain in all of it. And I actually not to say that you got to like that as a character point, but I like it on a story point as like this meta thing because I feel like fans do that. Like we do that. We look at credits. We look at whoever it may be, the director, animators. Like we just look at the credits or whatever. We don't know the intricacies of what goes on in the anime, and a lot of times we just blame the entire studio, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, when things don't go right in a certain instant, we just blame whoever we see. But there's a whole machine working that we're not privy to, and that's the same thing that kind of works with her. She's not privy to the machine because she's not working in theater or anime or anything like that. All she knows is I write the story. I gave y'all revisions for the script. Y'all didn't do anything. Y'all didn't do anything I asked y'all to do. And that's what you got. What you got?
To kind of piggyback off that, I love how the screenwriter, I forget his name, but basically at the end when he was saying he didn't want to put his name on the credit, but eventually they convinced him to do it just out of a guy begging, saying, please, please, please. I love, and this is such a true statement, what he said. If it's good, they'll give credit to the mangaka and the director and everyone else. But if it's bad, they'll blame the scriptwriter, even though it's not their fault, because eventually the director is the one that has the final say in everything. Basically, You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And I completely agree with that. And it's so unfair for these writers that do this because there's a lot of great scripts out there and a lot of great writers out in Hollywood. It's just it just gets on the cutting room floor because sometimes what they write is edited out or the director has a final say, or even the best people, the fucking producers in the studio get involved and then they ruin the whole thing. And that screenwriter has to go on and say, yeah, I made that, but I didn't make that. I made this script right here. And that's such a heartbreaker for a lot of them.
We like because this became like a transparent thing for most people watching the show because it was such a big phenomenon. Like with Game of Thrones, we saw with D&D. When things went right, they're giving credit to George R.R. Martin, and he should get the credit for them having that source material, but
for sure
nobody's giving credit to D&D for any of that shit when things were going right, at least. But then the minute things started going wrong, and I'm not defending them to say that they're good at what they do or anything like that. I'm just saying this is something that we actually saw happen when things were going good with Game of Thrones. They didn't get any of the credit. It was George R.R. Martin. when things went to shit, everybody blame those two guys.
Yep. It's so true. It's so true when it comes to that too, because I think those guys are great at adapting screenplays. They're not good at their own original shit. I've always said that. But yeah, it's it's a good point, but it's true.
That I love this show when it doesn't do the waifu baiting thing. Oh my god, this show is so good when it has like in this episode. I don't think did anything revolutionary. It wasn't really many things I found out that I didn't know before. But when it gives criticism on the industry, or it tries to peel back the layers on some things, or just make the fans realize some things about the industry, whether it be the anime. Now we're seeing theater, stuff like that. Show is really good. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
We didn't get Aqua. We didn't get much of Aqua. We didn't get much of Akane. We didn't get much of Kana. We didn't get no Ruby. It was just Abiko and then the poor script writer.
Yeah, I feel like this whole episode was just that story, and I agree that this is probably one of my more favorite episodes, and it didn't have anything to do with the main cast at all. It was just a great story of the dichotomy of a creator and their work versus someone trying to adapt their work, which I feel like that story doesn't really get told all that much, and I love seeing that perspective being out there.
Well, anything else? Well, okay, I can mention something.
I was about to say
Needs more Kana.
no.
Kana, I don't think said 2 fucking words this episode.
She was doing the Tsunade thing.
Oh, you're right. She did do that. She was just, that's right. They did touch on that for like 2 minutes or whatever. I hate Akane. She's a bitch. And then that was basically their interaction.
Yeah.
QRW6, George R.R. Martin's never going to finish Game of Thrones. He's going to die, and it's going to be unfinished. It just is what it is.
I'll finish it for him.
What does that mean?
Thank God.
Me and John.
Just gonna.
You and John.
Oh, okay. Okay, John.
He'll finally get a credit.
No, he won't.
Yeah, we're not giving him a credit for that. He's got to do something else. He can do his own little thing or whatever, and then we'll still take credit for that too somehow.
Just like everything.
Midnight said the part that killed me. She put him on blast in front of the whole crew. Couldn't even do it behind closed doors.
Yeah,
it was so sad. He heard that. She's like, he can't write. And then he went.
Nothing worse than being told to your face that you can't write, and that's what you fucking do. Oh, that's terrible.
That was peak comedy. She said that. And then the other mangaka was looking at him like like the puppy dog guys, and then he was just like, I can't keep a straight face. Hold on. He was like, he was so sad. I felt so bad for him. Oh my god, he got absolutely holed, man. Oh god.
He really did. I feel so bad for this guy. That I mean, he probably gets this on a daily. I wouldn't say a daily basis, but he probably has some creatives that are, I don't know, not as expressive as she is. But yeah, at least he took it like a champ. He took every criticism, even though he didn't like it. He was just like, okay, I'll make it again. Okay, let's do this. Yeah. You know what? Fuck this. I'm out. So
yeah. Yeah.
You write your own damn script.
Oh. So I think there is going to be a lot of trouble with her trying to write us this stage play, because this is a whole different like you on this is a point where she'll show her weakness and probably will need to bring that dude in. In fact, I think she's going to have to reconcile with that guy and
She gonna
ask for
beg him
help.
back. She gonna beg him to come back.
I think that's going to. I feel like that may happen just because I can't see her just churning out a stage play. Like you've never wrote that before.
Right.
It's a whole different field.
Just makes a masterpiece on her first go.
Shakespearean. I'm done. Like what? You know, like certain things translate, of course, but it's like, let's put it in like sports talk. Like, yeah, you could be a good basketball player. That doesn't automatically make you a great football player. Certain athletes, certain things are going to make you good in that said sport to where you can play it competently. You know, we know she can write competently, but that doesn't mean the same writing tools and writing techniques that you have for manga are going to go into a stage play. Especially when, like in manga, you're like literally drawing the art, so you're showing expressions and conveying your things through art. This time, you're using real people. The same thing that you do in a manga, you can't do on a stage. That's how it works.
Yeah, not everybody can be Bo Jackson. Not everybody can play baseball and football.
Or Deion Sanders.
Or even Deion Sanders. He did do that too.
So that'll be an interesting plot point to see, like where, because I do think she's going to have to take a compromise. But again, I want to reiterate, favorite character, like the bullheadedness, and I feel that because I know she's so extreme that it's hard to feel her on anything, but I do feel her on the point that there's just some things you don't compromise on, and I like the fact that she just she was like, what you did to my characters, what you did to my babies, hell no. Hell no, I'm not having it. So it's okay, Abiko, I got you.
Good episode overall.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's get into the final show, shall we?
All right.
The one to end it. The Fable, or should I say, the bear. He has returned. He has graced us.
The bear is back.
I didn't think they were going to do it.
You didn't think they would bring in a bear?
I think the people that wrote this and created this watch KOA every week. I think they're big fans of the bear. We have to do it now. We have to have the bear as the mascot of the KOA.
I'm cool with it. Like a stuffed bear, or even a bear on a t-shirt, or even a sticker. I'm cool with that.
It'd be great.
We should. We got to make a demonstration video with a CGI bear on what to do when you encounter a bear. Just go do a video. Hold on. This is what you should do when you see a bear. Make a lot of noise. Make yourself big. And never turn your back. The minute you turn your back, you will die. Do not play dead. You will die.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. That would be great. And it's nothing but a bunch of bears in the audience just writing down notes. a bunch of CGI bears.
That's what they did to my brother.
Wait a moment. So
Hold
you're
on.
saying these humans aren't actually as big as we think they are?
You're not 11 feet tall?
You mean when they're loud and making a bunch of noise, I should not be afraid of them? Okay.
Then we got to make another video, like how to kill a human. How to kill a human that's acting like a jackass.
So these instructional videos aren't for human safety; they're for bear murders.
I mean, I feel like that would be like more funny.
It would be.
I want to do that. I want to do that now.
How to commit bear murders? I mean, not bear murder. How to commit human murder with bears? Step 1, maul him to death.
I gotta say though, this episode was a nice reprieve from the Misaki depressing Yakuza storyline that we've been having for the past however many episodes. It was nice. It was nice. I liked the whole trope of like, oh, going out camping for the first time or survival or whatever. You gotta like, you know, get your food right. And he finds a snake and he yo-yos it like the female Titan does the Survey Corps, and just hits it against a tree, and he cooks it, skins it, and cooks it, and he has a trouble eating it, which I found funny because he's this Yakuza guy, but Kuro's an idiot. He's just an idiot.
I don't know if he's
got a lot of heart.
I would say he's got spirit, and I think he's just. He wants to be just like Akira. He's got the fighting spirit.
He does. I respect that. I respect it a lot, and I think that's what made this episode so funny to me, was just the fact that it's Akira and Kuro together out in the woods in this mock survival situation, which it almost feels like a Man versus Wild episode than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole episode was just them trying to survive and Kuro, really just Kuro struggling.
Pretty much, because Akira the whole time's just like kind of telling him what to do. He said that you took off your brace way too soon. Here's a walking stick. Basically, just telling him what to do. Because if he wasn't there, I'm sure Akira would be quiet the whole time. Just lost in his own thoughts and doing stuff.
Yeah. One thing I like about Akira is he's always just oddly insightful, or I mean, I guess he's always been insightful. It's just it comes out in moments where you don't really expect it.
Yeah.
He said something I felt was really brilliant, where he's talking about how the skills to survive in the wilderness can translate into the city, but some of the stuff that you learn in the city can't translate into the wilderness. And then he also talks about just why he does what he does in the woods in the first place. It's because he's always trying to up his preparation to increase his chances of survival. Because he goes as far as to say, the people I killed, they didn't expect me to show up. You don't expect the earthquake to happen, but if it does happen, then what are you going to do? And thinking about those extreme situations is why Akira has lived as long as he's had, being an assassin. Because he's looking at different possibilities. He's always thinking about what it takes to survive, and he just views the world in a completely different way than everybody else.
For sure. Have any of y'all had snake?
Have not.
I think I have, but it was such a long time ago.
I've eaten one in Metal Gear.
Snake eater. If any of y'all ever come to Arizona, there's a place that actually serves deep fried rattlesnake. My treat.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that way y'all can say that you've tried rattlesnake before.
I want a small one.
Okay, we'll get one. We'll get one for the table, and we can share it.
I want one where they serve it to you, and they put googly eyes on it.
I don't know if this place will do that, but they will for sure give you the rattlesnake. Maybe you can bring your own googly eyes and put it on it.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'd be down for that.
gotta
Light
remember
Roller
the
says
name of
probably
the
tastes like
place
chicken.
now. It's a unique taste.
Shark. I've had shark
I'll
before.
just
Shark
say.
doesn't taste like. I remember not liking it.
I've had alligator and frog. They were cooking those frogs in that episode, and I got hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, frog legs.
Yeah, aren't those like really good?
I had him. I really liked him. I really like frog legs.
I like how even Akira is like going to the inside thing that Satsuki mentioned. Like he was even like, just think about it. If you can't eat the food, just think about it instead of you're eating a certain animal or whatever. Think of it as like just sustenance, like stuff to sustain yourself, nutrition,
Yeah.
fuel.
Yeah. It's kind of like the idea of like whatever like objects, whatever object is used for, it can change its form. Like for example, let's say I had like a PS1 or whatever, and I don't play games on it anymore, and then I just use it as a paperweight. Now
Oh
it's
my
a
God.
paperweight. It's not a PS1 anymore. It's like that idea. So it's like it used to be a snake. Now it's just something that you eat to survive. Think about it that way, then you'll, hopefully get over it. And I mean, he did. He's like, hey, this shit kind of good.
Yeah. Yeah, I very interested. Like this episode was a lot more relaxed, but very, very insightful for sure. And it was almost kind of like a mentor teaching his student the ins and outs and how not just how to be an assassin or even how to quote unquote camp, even though he doesn't like the word camp, to do that kind of stuff.
This ain't no camping trip.
This ain't camping. I set up the tent, but this ain't no camping. But it was just more, just kind of like letting them know not the true meaning of life, but basically just kind of like giving them a little change to their worldview, so to speak. And I think that's what's going to come when they come back from this trip. He's going to be a lot more knowledgeable than what he was when they set out. Because when you see him when they set out, he was, full of just like, oh my God, this is going to be fun. This is going to be great. And I don't think he's not going to keep up. I honestly feel like he's going to come back with Akira whenever Yoko comes to pick him up. It's just he's probably going to be changed and go, wow, I'm glad I went on that trip.
He's going to appreciate the luxuries he has when he goes back. Just
Absolutely.
that 3 days is going to make him, oh my God, the first woman he sees, he's like putting in the Terminator thrust on her or something. It's like, I miss this so much. And he was already talking about missing going out with the guys, going to the bars and hitting on girls. And this was like day one in. It's like, golly.
Right. Day one, he's missing the ladies and being out and about. But it is what I thought was kind of cool about the episode was when he kept looking at his watch to see what time it is because it was pitch black. I mean, camping really be like that, though. You'll be like, man, it's really fucking late. What time is it? And you see it's like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah.
You're exhausted. You're like ready for bed. You're like, it's 7. Why am I tired? And why is everything really dark? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like how you brought a luxury watch to him on this trip.
Yeah.
We should do a KOA podcast in the wilderness.
If we can get reception, sure.
I'm not showing up.
Why not? You don't like camping?
I'm a city boy.
You ever been camping?
I've never been camping. I don't think I ever will be.
Oh, why not? Not even just to try it?
Oh, that's great.
Camping is cool when you're not around other people.
It
like
is.
when
Yeah.
I'll admit, if you go out and it's like what we like to call party camping, where you're like there's someone to the left of you, that's not camping. Camping is when you're out in the middle of fucking the boonies, nowhere, and it gets so dark outside. I mean, their dark is different from a wide open dark because the reason why it got pitch black dark is because they're in the woods. They can't see the forest through the trees.
Mhm.
But if you're like out where, I don't know, I'm using Arizona as an example, where everything's wide open, it's just a big old giant desert. You look up at the sky, it's the brightest you'll ever see the stars. It's just so incredible. It's
Yeah,
really
you see
something.
a whole portion of the Milky Way.
You literally see just like I've never seen the night sky that bright when I camped. It's just incredible. But I get it, it's not not for everybody, but
It's just nice to
I
be
say
away
at
from
least try it
civilization.
once. Yeah, just
It
get away from the
resets
headache.
you.
De-stress, not have to worry about what's on your phone or anything. Yeah, just enjoy.
And it's
I don't know,
and you know what's
fishing.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about it is you know when the internet goes out or whatever, it's like but when you go out camping and you have nothing, it's totally you don't feel that at all. Like you
Yeah.
feel just at ease.
Especially when you're around good people. I mean, if you're around people you don't like, then yeah, you kind of are like, where's my fucking phone? but if you're around people that you like, there's nothing better.
Yeah, that's why you got to
Really
bring the
great.
bear along with you. Someone you like, you
We
know.
we gotta bring the KOA bear.
Yeah, the KOA.
We should
bear.
bring John.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we should
mean,
bring John, who never
well-
gets credit for anything.
Who do you think we're riding to the campsite? We're riding him.
What?
Yeah,
I don't like that sentence.
I
No,
want to say, why are we riding him?
we're gonna sit on his shoulders and he's gonna carry us all. We're gonna like balance each other, and John's
Okay,
gonna
John's
have to.
John's like Gamagori from Kill La Kill.
I guess so.
Well,
Huh?
I mean, it's John.
I didn't know you had any, John.
John
Oh,
can
John.
do a lot. But,
Yeah. I mean, this episode was just.
It's fun. It's a fun episode.
What did you think about the last bit of it, though?
I was about to bring that up.
Oh,
What is
I
she
immediately
doing?
thought of Sea Tactics. I
What
immediately
is she
thought of Sea
doing?
Tactics
Why? Why'd you immediately think of me?
because I knew you would hate that part.
Exactly.
where
Okay. So
she-
yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
Yeah, no. Trust me. I know you wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. I know that. I just know that you would have hated it. And as soon as I saw her like texting some random dude, I don't know, maybe it's the guy from the other day at the bar. She was just like, "Who? I'm gonna have some fun tonight or tomorrow, whatever." And I'm just like, "Well, I know what the next episode's gonna be. It's gonna
Yeah.
be her fucking with a dude at a bar."
Kawhi is the dude who had the nice watch. If you
Okay.
remember, she
Who
didn't. She
was
like,
clutching his
No.
chest.
yeah, like she was flirting with him, but she didn't mess with him. So think about that.
Right.
She's set this up to where she was like, I want to mess with him, but not today's not the day. So
But in her mind,
Yoko,
she knows
no.
what she wants to do. Like that whole time, she's just like, "Oh, I absolutely hate this guy. He thinks so highly of himself. What a piece of shit."
this is going to be hilarious. I look forward to her and the bartender's reactions. I know the bartender's going to.
The same bartender, he's gonna be like, "Jesus Christ, you can't go to any other fucking bar. You have to come to mine."
At this point, he's an accomplice. Look, he sees this shit go down, and he just goes.
He's gonna be like dropping hints, and he's not gonna understand any of it.
Yeah, I know. He's
He's
gonna,
gonna
like,
be like literally spelling it out to him.
the guy's gonna be buying shots, and the bartender is gonna mouth the word "run," but he's not gonna say "run." He's gonna go.
He's gonna point to the door.
Yeah, he's just now go.
He's been writing notes on the napkins the entire time, but he's been ignoring.
Slips a little something to him. He's like, your check, sir. Looks at the check and says, "Leave now, and you won't fucking get hurt." He'll be like, "Huh? What are you saying?" I tried to warn you. I can't watch. I can't look.
He's trying to steal Yoko from me. We can't let him.
Yeah. Yoko just gives him the death stare. Just, you say anything, I'll fucking kill you. I don't want to be in this part of your game anymore.
How would you if Okay, so how would let's say you're one of Yoko's victims? How do you break?
Okay.
How do you break that? How do you realize you're one of her victims? How do you get out of that?
Okay.
Probably
Well,
stop drinking.
I was
At
gonna
some
say
point.
first and foremost, you gotta understand your limitations. Yoko can drink all of us under the table. So if I got to a point where I was like, if I have one more shot, I think I'm gonna either puke or I'm gonna pass out or both. So I think I'm gonna stop. And if she encourages you and goes, "Come on, do it for me, do it for me," I'll go, "No, sweetie, I'm sorry. Not even for you can I do this." And if she doesn't respect that,
Get John.
get John to take your place, apparently, or just
bear.
politely say, "Thanks, but no thanks. You're different than what I thought you were." Well, at that point, she wouldn't be doing anything really bad, but other than just maybe trying to put you. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck she's gonna do. But, yeah. She'll do that. Oh, you're leaving me. She'll try to, tug at your heartstrings because she's such a master manipulator. And at that point, that's when you
Master
go.
manipulator.
That's when you go. I'm sorry. I just can't drink no more. But you and I can go home together. Because at that point, you think you're gonna get some. But then, because we know she's fucking with him. But as a guy not knowing, you probably think, oh, you got a good chance. Try to get some.
That's the dangers. Yoko knows she's attractive. She
Yeah.
can use that.
That's where most of the budget goes, right?
Yeah. The keep her looking good.
Oh, the bear's more dangerous, Carp. The bear can maul you to death. I don't think Yoko can do that.
Yoko could subject you to years of mental abuse,
Wait,
effectively
guys are
killing you.
you guys are just thinking about Yoko when she's having fun. We haven't talked about Yoko the assassin.
Right,
I mean,
we haven't seen it. We've seen her as backup.
That's an actual good question because Yoko the assassin is an assassin. So
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think she's going to kill this guy unless he tries to physically, sexually assault her. Then maybe I would say that she would have every right to defend herself. But at the same time, nah, I don't know. I don't think she's going to just randomly kill this dude after getting him drunk.
Oh my god, what if all this is just her flexing the fact that she's an assassin and she can kill literally anyone? She's on a power trip.
I think she's bored.
It's a power trip anyway. If you can mess with someone mentally and make them bend to your will and do whatever, I think that's a huge power.
That's true, we do that to John.
No, you do that to John.
Yeah, I want to say John is a you, not a me.
Yeah, we just exploit him for money and stuff.
Yeah,
Same difference.
we ask for money for those of you just joining. Give us a super chat for John so that he can get fed tonight.
We need to pay
it'll
John.
definitely go to John.
It 100% is all going to John.
For
no one else.
Sure. 100%
of proceeds go to John.
Yeah.
We love John. It's going to the John Foundation.
John.
Going to save other Johns like John.
Like John Cena. My time is up. My time is down now. You can't see me. My time is down now. He's gonna retire. He's going on a retirement. He's pulling a Sting. He's going out and he's gonna be retired.
Dang, it's not like he was already pretty much retired for the last nearly 6
Fucking
years.
A, right? Fucking A, right?
What has he done since that AJ Styles match at SummerSlam?
Yeah. Nothing.
Fought Bray Wyatt in that pretty cool match.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But that was it.
I think he had another match with AJ Styles on like an episode of Raw that was cut short for something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think didn't he get like destroyed by somebody like last year? Was it Brock something?
Undertaker. I have no idea. But shall we get into viewer questions?
Yes, that would be much better than talking about Juan Cena.
Viewer questions.
All right. Who is your favorite character with orange hair? Pain, Kagura, Hinata, or Nami?
Nami.
Gotta go with Nami.
I'm gonna go Nami Swan. Out of these universes, which four suits Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh the best? Bleach, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Demon Slayer, Naruto, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, or One Punch Man?
He's practically a JoJo character,
Yeah,
so I'll say
he's a
JoJo.
JoJo.
Yeah. With the cards and everything. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I don't think he really fits in most of these verses, honestly, though.
Doesn't?
Maybe My Hero.
Bleach, My Hero. Because he could just be like Redestro or something like that, but like be the guy pulling like Quirkless.
Yeah, I could see him My Hero. I could maybe see him in Jujutsu Kaisen if he was just a billionaire guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one of Mei Mei's like, I don't know, business people.
Yeah, that's all he would be because she loves her brother. In that way.
Of course.
We gotta kill Mei Mei.
Yeah, I agree.
We gotta get her out of here.
Bleach is My Hero, JoJo. Bleach, My Hero, JoJo, and then maybe One Punch Man.
I was
It's kind of wacky, you know.
Yeah. Let's say One Punch Man.
Next question: who's the best brother duo in anime? Luffy and Ace, Sasuke and Itachi, Edward and Alphonse, or Ren and Yukio?
Edward and Alphonse is
Yeah,
great.
I think this is. I haven't seen Blue Exorcist, so I can't really speak on that. But out of the other ones, I think this is easy. Ed and Al.
Probably one of the best brotherships in anime.
I'd say yeah, and then number 2 for me would be Luffy and Ace, and then 3 Sasuke and Itachi, and then I never watched Blue Exorcist. Exercising. Who is your favorite character with a ponytail? Giyu, Geto, Aki, or Itachi?
Itachi.
Gyu. Well, no, actually, Gyu's okay. Geto's not. Aki. Aki's the one that goes gone.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the one that smokes. Easy revenge.
I'll go with Itachi, even though I don't know.
I'll go with
So I don't
Aki.
like any of the other ones.
I'll go with Aki. He's for reasons. I think it's because I'm most familiar with Aki. I could give 2 shits about Geto. Sorry, John.
Geto.
Who or God, would you be friends with Mineta or hug Taiga?
Hug Tiger.
I'm hugging Taiga. I'm not going anywhere. No. Oh God. He's leaving. Is this?
Hold on.
Shit,
he's getting a
he's got
shotgun.
something.
This is Taiga because they're about the same size, right?
Yeah.
Generally,
I'll
yeah.
hug her.
No! Hey! No! Oh my God, go! She has a family.
What about me? So you're choosing Mineta?
No, I said I would hug Taiga.
He's just going to take advantage of the hug and.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Do you think Kano wears socks to sleep, or does she let those magnificent, luscious toes breathe? End quote.
Who's Kana?
The 17-year-old from Oshi no Ko.
Oh, Kana.
Yeah, the 17-year-old.
Can we skip the question?
You know what? I have the perfect response to this.
Put those grippers away!
Next question.
I mean, that was like the most appropriate time you ever used that.
I will admit that is the best time to use it.
Well, I mean, you know what they say.
Gaming.
And now it's ruined. All ruined.
Off track.
Who is winning this all-out tag team fight? We talking like Tekken tag style? Luffy and Ace, Sasuke and Itachi, Edward and Alphonse, or Rin and Yukio?
Even though I love Edward and Alphonse, I don't think they're as strong as others.
Luffy and Ace.
Yeah, they seem to be the strongest. Yeah, I'll go with them.
Luffy and Ace. I mean, Sasuke. It's either out of Luffy and Ace and Sasuke and Itachi. I think I'll give it to Luffy and Ace on that.
Oh, god damn it. Another one. Do you think Aqua has smelly feet? You know what? Let's ask John on this.
She sleeps in a barn, so possibly.
I don't think they really shower all that much.
Who is winning this fatal four-way? Giyu, Geto, Aki, or Itachi?
I'm telling you right now, Aki is not living. He ain't living that.
Oh, the second he goes, "Gone," and nothing happens.
He's just gotta offer up some of his flesh. He's gonna have to offer it all to even have a chance.
Itachi's winning this quite easily, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Who's the best daddy? Lloyd, Mize, Toji, or Minato?
Why is Toji on this list?
Why is Lloyd on the list?
Toji is a deadbeat dad.
he told Gojo to take care of his son, which he's never even looked at him once. Why did he get on this list?
Megumi were to die, Gojo probably would forget.
Also, isn't Mize the guy that has a daughter and always shows him?
Meizu's, yeah.
Maze.
That out of them all,
yeah,
he is even though God rest his soul, he passed away. He's a fantastic father. Loves his daughter. Not even afraid to show her off. This is my girl. Look at her. She's so sweet. Lloyd, he has his moments of glory, but he's just doing it for the mission and just kind of doesn't really take into consideration Anya's well-being sometimes. But he tries. He dresses up and does goofy things for her. He tries. But yeah, I give it to May Hughes.
Yeah, to me, it's either Maze or Minato, but I'll definitely go with Minato. Doesn't really get a fair shake because he never could be a father. He died before that could happen, but May we saw May saw it through at least until his death. So I'll go with Maze.
Would you rather spend the weekend with Kira in the woods or a night drinking with Yoko?
Wow.
I'm gonna go with.
That's actually a kind of good question.
Wait, Kira from what?
I think they meant to say Akira.
Yeah, I think it's Akira. I'm spending with the night with Akira, or with the weekend with Akira in the woods.
Yeah, I don't think they meant Death Note. I don't think.
I was like, why is Light Yagami in the woods with me?
It's like, this fucking sucks.
Why is Light Yagami in the woods? General, what's he planning?
I'd be in the woods with Akira. He does things a little more rugged than I'm used to, but it would be fun, I think, overall.
I'd learn a lot.
I'm drinking with Yoko. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Damn,
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Hug.
Listen, I can't be peer pressure into drinking myself blackout drunk, so I feel like I'm confident that I'll survive that.
Oh, she'll find a way. She'll start rubbing your leg and start blowing you kisses, and you'll be like, oh.
We'll see. I got a strong will.
She'll be so
I like to
drunk,
think.
her eyes are crooked.
I guarantee you she would take it as a challenge.
Probably
Challenge
would.
accepted.
She'd be fuming. You know, that'd be I hope a
Now I
character
want to
does
see
that.
that. I want to see that anime.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
wanna
see Sasuke try getting Yoko blue balled.
That'd be great. Who is your favorite character with a split hair color? Todoroki, Sakura, Uta, or Rain? I'm gonna say Todoroki. He's up there. He really is out of this list.
Todoroki is pretty good. Yeah, from that list, he's pretty good.
I'm gonna say Uta because I watched One Piece Red recently, a couple days ago, and I really liked her character. I was like, this is for just a movie film. You know, this is really good character, like really well thought out. His complexities is not very black and white. Has a lot of just really interesting traits about her character. So I'm gonna go Uta.
Todoroki for me.
I go to the rookie because I only know Uda, and I never even seen the movie. So
What does she look like?
Um.
I'm looking her up.
Well, first of all,
Okay,
she's got red and
generic.
white hair.
Generic, mid, very mid. I'm kidding. I don't even know her, but okay, not bad.
Last question: who's your favorite character with spiky hair? L, Bakugo,
It goes
Megumi,
back to Death Note.
or Killua?
ooh, I like
Spiky
L.
hair.
I like
L, Bakugo, Megumin, or Killua.
I think I'd go with Kill on this one. I like L a lot though. I think I'll go with Kill. That's my third favorite character in Hunter x Hunter.
I would say
Alright.
Bakugo because he reminds me of like barbed wire, and I think that's funny for some reason. I guess it reminds me of Mick Foley or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna go Killua as well. I love Killua.
day.
Yeah, yeah. Megumin.
Killua has a
Bakugo, he's-
skateboard.
Bakugo's pretty cool. L's. Fucking L.
Also, Killua's
amazing.
family is really interesting.
I'll pick L.
I feel like EA would like Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, absolutely.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to watch it. I heard it's one of the best shonens ever.
I think so.
And probably just like Game of Thrones, it'll never finish.
That's the best part about it. If you watch only the anime, you won't have that issue because the anime kind of puts it in a spot where it ends conclusively.
Really?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this weird thing where where what it adapts it in such a way that maybe not conclusive in that every plot point that you could think of gets solved, but at least with the four main characters, you get a snapshot of where they are and what they're doing, and it feels like a good stopping point for Hunter x Hunter.
Nice.
Yeah, so anime is like 100 and
It's like 114, 115, something like that. Or that's 140, right?
I want to say like 44, something like that. 144 episodes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
One of these days, I'll have to break down and watch. Also, Light Ruler, is that a question? Top
What?
one anime EA? I don't know if he's asking me something or if I said an anime that he's saying is top one.
Oh, it's 148.
He's saying Hunter x Hunter is number
Oh,
one.
he's saying it's the best. Okay.
Well, yay!
Yes, John.
Yeah, where can they find
Have you lost your fucking mind? You can find me.
The answer is yes.
I knew it. You can find me at my channel called Everything Animated. If I was Rastafari, but I'm not. So yeah, you can see me at Everything Animated. Uh, I did talk about how I was gonna try to stream maybe my reaction to the Fat Elf thing. I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. I don't think it's
Damn.
worth it. It it's okay. The episodes are like 12 minutes long, and every episode is basically this guy helps out another person with weight issues or something, and it's just yeah. It's I don't think it's worth my time anymore. But who knows? Maybe I'll dedicate an episode to the Dark Elf who had a thick butt and couldn't go back to her world because her ass was too fat. And I'm just like, that's not a problem.
Watch girls band cry with me. Yeah.
You know what? I think I will, especially with the screenshots you sent me. With the what did she say? This means have a nice day or whatever.
This means thank you.
Yeah, this means thank you. And you see her do that, and then just does the girl in the background going, "Oh no!" That was funny. So, all right, well, maybe I'll switch on to Band Girls and talk about that. Maybe talk about it with Sasuke. I don't know. Maybe make it a Patreon thing. Speaking of Patreon, I left it in the chat here. We got a Patreon, only $1 stinking dollar, where you can watch some of our old content, where we talk about gaming, where we talk about Watamote, where we talk about drinking, all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, definitely go in there and watch it. Also, follow us on Twitter, King of Anime Pod, where when we go live and we'll be talking. And you'll see when we go live and just the subjects we'll be talking about that particular evening. So yeah, follow us on all those platforms, like our stuff, all that wonderful jazz, and yeah, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Satsuki, where can they find you?
You can find me on my main channel, Sasuke the Savage, as well as my other channel on Twitch, Sasuke the Savage. Same name, different spelling. On Twitch, it is with a DA in between the Sasuke and the Savage. On YouTube, it is the typical THE in between Sasuke and Savage. I have some things planned with One Punch Man and recent stuff. I want to do a video re-ranking my favorite S-class heroes. I made a video like that, I want to say 4 years ago. Now that I've reread One Punch Man in full, I want to redo that video because there's been a lot of changes as far as where everybody's placed now. And my opinions on them has changed a lot, so I want to redo that video. And I think I'm going to have a lot of other One Punch Man videos to do on my channel. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for my main channel on YouTube. I'm not even going to talk about the other ones. Twitch, though, you can always find me on the weekends, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The games that I'm playing right now are dwindling. Right now, I'm only playing Your Turn to Die. I am playing Persona 3 Reload, and I am playing Raging Loop. And I'm close to finishing 2 of those games. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to bring back Fire Emblem to play the Blue Lions route. I am going to eventually play Ace Attorney. And after that, I think playing those games, I'm probably going to stall until Dragon Ball comes out in October. So
Sparkin' Zero.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. So
Can't wait.
Interested? Check me out there. That's me though. Peace.
Well, as for me, tomorrow, Chainsaw Man channel, Bento, check it out. New Chainsaw Man chapter. It's gonna be pretty massive. Gonna be last couple of weeks have been the biggest chapters of the of Chainsaw Man Part 2 so far, but I'm I'm both looking forward to it, and I am both very cautious about it, just in general. So we'll see what Fujimoto comes up with, whatever it is. I'm there. Other than that, main channel, working on, MHA still. Gonna start covering season 7 probably this week. And I'm probably gonna start covering manga stuff on my main channel because, guys, I don't think there's no more anime to cover. I think I've covered everything. There's nothing else. What is there? I don't know. I tried ideas to come up with content for the past couple days. I've been dry, and I think it's just because, maybe anime is running its course for the Sea Tactics. Maybe it's time to become Manga Tactics. So, we'll see.
No, you got to do stage plays.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I should do stage
You gotta
plays.
get John to help you.
I'll get John. Me and John will get on there. We'll do a couple stage
I'd be
plays
cool.
ourselves.
I'd be calling CTAC the stage play dispute.
Oh yeah. We know how good that'll go.
Middle of the play, runs out. No, it's wrong. And we just start fist fighting each other on stage. Of course,
I don't know, man.
Because I go to throw a punch. I'd be like, should I hit you on middle of the stage in front of everyone? Like, I don't know. This seems like a trap.
You can't hit the cute anime girl. And plus, you might get beat up. I mean, you saw how she was holding those the toothbrushes.
She's ambidextrous.
Yeah.
She's like a Skyrim character when you're a dual wielder, hold down RT and LT at the same time. She's gonna do some cool fucking shit.
She might have like the dwarf build. You never know.
Oh god.
He's that fucking swordsman from Game of Thrones, the dual wielding swordsman.
She may be a mimic build, mimic tier. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Jenna.
Later.